Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 299. Today we're going to look at the difference between malfunction and dysfunction. And of course, any other forms of it, like the adjective malfunctional or dysfunctional or, malfunction of a verb, of course, will follow the same meaning as malfunction as the noun and adjective as well. So let's take a look at the note here. A malfunction means something has an incorrect or faulty function. It basically means something does not work correctly, especially used with machines. Okay? Malfunction tends to be used for single events. Something that happened, it malfunctioned at that time. So it's not usually used for ongoing or continuing events, at least, with the same person or with the same exact object. Okay, let's take a look at the second one here. Or let's continue with the note here. If something has a dysfunction, it means something fails to work in an expected way or in a complete way. Dysfunction or dysfunctional as an adjective is especially used in regard to medical or psychological terms. Okay, it is often used with disorders, or if a bodily organ doesn't work correctly in your body, something like that is not working. Dysfunction tends to be used with events that are ongoing or continuing or more long-term. So there's another clear difference between the two. All right, and let's look at some examples we have here. GM had to have a recall. Recall, that's when there's a problem with the car and they ask everybody who bought the car to bring it back in and they change a certain part. So GM had to have a recall due to a malfunction in that part. So one part was not working correctly. So again, this is with machines and, it's just one part that's not working. So we usually would use malfunction for that. Yeah, we don't usually say a dysfunctional part. That would be weird. So again, with machines, we almost always use malfunction. The computer system is malfunctioning. Again, here we're using it as a verb. It must have a bug or maybe a virus or something like that in it. So again, it's not working correctly. It's not working properly. Okay. Number 3, again, that voting machine seemed to be malfunctioning. Many voters complained that they voted for one candidate and it recorded the vote for the opposite candidate. Yeah, that's a big problem. In some elections, this happened, so that voting machine was malfunctioning, was not functioning correctly. All right, let's look at number 4. He comes from a dysfunctional family. All right, again, now we're getting into like psychological terms or, something to do with medicine. A dysfunctional family is a family that's not working properly, especially in regard to behavior. All right, let's continue. Number 4, he comes from a dysfunctional family. Oh, no, that's the one we just read. So number 5, Grandpa is suffering from a kidney and liver dysfunction. All right, it's your body parts. It's a body part that's not working correctly. So yeah, we don't usually say a malfunctioning kidney. We usually say dysfunction or dysfunctioning or dysfunctional kidney. All right, let's continue. She is showing signs of dysfunctional behavior. Again, remember both medical and psychological terms. In this sense, we'll probably use dysfunctional. And number 7, he is suffering from erectile dysfunction. Yeah, it's one of the ways they like to say it. If some poor guy, his sexual part is not working in regard to sex anymore, it's not getting hard like it's supposed to. That's referred to as erectile dysfunction. So that's another common way that you hear this used. Anyway, I hope it's clear. I hope you have a better sense of when you should use malfunction and when you should use dysfunction. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.